Oh, that... I don't like that. Wait a second. Reverse. Reverse, please. Get my rear... Get the rear axles onto the bridge. I think I've just made it worse if I'm being honest, but get them on the bridge. Alright, what is up YouTube? This must be Fast 775 Game. Come back to another episode of SNOWRUNNER on Season 15. Yes guys, back out here again today. And today guys, we are going to be, just continuing on. or whatever. Today we're going to be doing this job, Plan 2.4. This job I've kind of wrecked my head thinking about what the best way to actually do it is. But it's an important one. We need this plant open if we want to be able to actually build pretty much all of the bridges, I think. Pretty much all of the bridges require that this be open, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, pretty important. We're going to get to it. However, we do have to go to the other map in order to get the materials. So I'm actually going to fast forward until I get to the other side of the gateway here. Last episode we started the episode off pretty similarly, except that time I cut out the me driving to the tunnel. This time I'm just gonna fast forward it because why the hell not? I suppose we're gonna use the Kenworth here today just because it's the best way. I think it's the best truck for the job because we're gonna be doing some pretty serious overloading. So yeah. See you guys in a second. Alright guys, here we are. Lake Ribiere, Quebec. Yeah. Yeah, something tells me we're going to be using this tunnel here. Even though it's not the tunnel on like the main road or anything, something tells me we're still going to be using this tunnel quite a bit. So yeah, this is what we got to do. We got to come down and around here. We have to get down to this warehouse here. That is where the slabs are, I believe. Right? It won't show me. I'm 90% sure that's where the slabs are. And then we have to come down here. And, we could probably actually go out across the ice and up over here into the plant rather than driving around the normal way like a normal sane person would. And that's where we can get the bricks. So, essentially, we're going to be transporting 8 slots worth of cargo. This is not a light job or anything. But, and usually for this kind of thing, I would probably say to myself, okay, so let's grab, 2 trucks and 2 probably semi-trailers and, do this thing, kind of convoy it together. But this time round, I said to myself, no, we're just going to use the Kenworth. The Kenworth 963. I wasn't really going to say W9 something. No, we're going to use the 963, and we're just going to overload the hell out of it because the best part about this truck is the fact that its flatbed is extremely wide, so we can in fact do that. And usually when you overload stuff on this truck, stuff remains pretty stable. Also, I shouldn't have driven over that. It's fine. Don't worry, I'm in a completely overpowered truck. It's fine. Yeah, and there was also the fact that I didn't really want to go taking any semi-trailers down this road. It just doesn't really seem like a great area to be bringing a semi-trailer, so I just kind of went to myself, nah, we'll just do it the sort of improper way, I guess. I feel like most of the time I would do it more kind of just get, you know, two trucks and 2 trailers or whatever. I generally would do that, but this time around I was just like, no. Partially because this region has been a little bit confusing just to me in like the head. I'm always kind of trying to think what's the best way to make, you know, everything go as fast as possible. I want to be able to get these things done quickly or whatever. Well, most of the time, maybe not all the time. Sometimes I'm just doing stuff that's completely stupid, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, what's the best way to do things most of the time? And this is my chosen solution. There was also part of me that was thinking to myself, what if I used the new trailers that we got, or one of the new trailers that we got, the large 6-slot heavy saddle trailer, and that could have worked as well. But like I said, I didn't think, like I said there before, I didn't think bringing what do we call it, semi-trailer was a good idea through here. I mean, it could have been fine for all I know. Okay, so we're gonna have to load that there. Okay, let's start the overloading. Back here in this warehouse. We were here in the last episode, which if you missed the last episode, what we did was we got the logging site down here unlocked, which is very nice. That also opened up a couple of other missions. And we also did a couple of other things. What did we do? We unblocked a rock slide on this map as well. And did I do something else? I might have done something else, but I don't remember. Yeah, that's typical of me. I'll probably remember what it was later. Or I'll probably go rewatch my own video later. Okay, there we go. So we've got the 2 slabs now, so that was pretty simple. We haven't gotten to the hard part yet. The hard part is going to be getting the bricks on here with these guys, because the bricks are single slot cargo or whatever. Wait, come on, Kenworth, you can get up this. This is the one problem with the Kenworth. It's notoriously famous for not liking to go up hills. At least it is, in my experience. It's like, it's got all this power, but then as soon as you hit a slope, it's just like, I'm gonna doze off. Nah, I'm just gonna, it's just kind of like, no, I don't want to go up a hill. It's like, I don't know. It's got a lot of power, but it just doesn't want to go up hills. It's just like, no, I don't get paid enough to go up hills. You can drive me around wherever you want, but I'm not going to go up hills for you. You know, it's, I don't know, it's something like that, maybe. Oh, well. Yeah, so we're kind of going along sort of the route we went in the last episode. Well, not really. We were going the opposite direction in the last episode, but yeah. We did visit both these places in the last episode, and I was actually a bit shocked with myself, because when I was looking through the map like a couple of episodes ago, I thought I saw that oh, what was that? I thought I saw that this gateway was like connected via roads, like directly to this guy or whatever. But that's not the way that is. There's this big just like mountain here, and you have to drive around it. Which, as we just discovered there, it's not actually too big of a deal, but still kind of annoying. It is possible to go through the trees up there. I did that in the last episode as well. However, it's one of those situations where, you know, you'll have to drive back and forth for a few minutes just to squeeze through like 2 trees to get to the other side. So it's not really advisable. Maybe slightly advisable. I'm not gonna say for that one. Also, I'm not sure if we'll be getting back up onto that. We might actually be able to go back up that way. I'm not sure if I can use that shortcut 2 ways that we just did there. That was kind of a steep descent or whatever. But on the bright side here, we're pretty much at the plant here. It's called the old plant. I was gonna say like steel mill or something like that for a second, or metal works, but no, it's just called the old plant for whatever reason. I mean, it produces metal and bricks, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, also there's that Loadstar that I towed out of that lake in the last episode. We should probably deliver that. We might do that this episode. It really doesn't have far to go. Yeah, and I'm also gonna move the EarthRoamer here. Wait a second. Okay, we got a brick. Now we're just gonna have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna unload both the slabs here. Just give me a minute to figure this out. This is gonna be. Yeah, I actually don't know what this is gonna look like. I'm kind of terrified as to what it will look like, if I'm being honest. Alright, there we go. I think that looks somewhat professional. At the very least. We've got all the cargo on there, so long as we make it all the way to the thing, we're in good shape. So in order to make sure that we do that, I'm thinking I'm gonna go back the way the normal way, maybe, or that on the actual road, or the somewhat actual road. I don't know. I'm gonna go back this way, just for my own peace of mind. It probably adds like 5 minutes to the journey, but who cares? And I think I will actually just fast forward until we get to the tunnel, because I'm not gonna have enough stuff to talk about. And let's be honest, I'm not that interesting. I'll see you guys here in a second. Hopefully nothing falls off. Alright guys, here we are, back on harbor. Did everything come through the tunnel? Yes, it did. Okay, nice. So, fortunately enough, one of the bricks, the rearmost one, only fell off once, so not too much happened. I did nearly drive off the one bridge that was there, but, you know, that was only a tiny mishap. While we're on our way to the factory, we may as well pick up that job, just to see what it entails. We're going to have to take the detour route down here, because obviously that rock slide is still up there. We did unlock that job in the last episode, but I still don't know when we'll be getting around to it, because I don't even know if this road's going to be one that we're going to use too much. And also, the lower road is nearly better in a way, because you don't have the risk of possibly falling off the edge. This road here, I think, is still pretty narrow, even though it looks like kind of one of the better roads on the main, but I think it's still pretty narrow, if my memory serves me correct. So then we'll have to go over here, and we'll have to go up into the factory, or the plant. We're building a garage for the plant. Okay, whatever it is we're building. All I know is that we are going to get access to some pretty important materials, I think. Or at least I hope. Maybe. I don't know. I think this... Well, this unlocks the jobs to fix most of the bridges on this map, which we really need to... We really need to get cracking at those. So, we'll just get to it here. It shouldn't be too long of a drive. I'm not going to fast forward this part, mostly because, yeah, I haven't been on this road before, and I want to see what it's like. And also, I haven't been across this lake before. There's a good chance I'd say we're going to fall through here, because there's no way this is solid ice that's over here. Maybe partially, but I wouldn't say so. Also, that Scout 800 appears to be floating. And not in the boat kind of a way, in the ghost horror story kind of way. It's just floating there. its wheels have disappeared. That's totally not a render distance thing or anything. As I say that, the wheels appear. Yeah, that's totally not a render distance thing. Totally not. And that ice really looks like, yeah, we're definitely going to go through that. None of that is solid. Also, this is a new style of wood bridge. I'm almost 100% sure it is. Look at that. I don't think we're wide enough to fit, I don't think we're narrow enough to fit across this safely, are we? If I can do, no. If I can get the front wheels. No. Okay, just... Yeah, okay. just do whatever that was. That was like a weird crab walk sort of thing. The rear wheels got up on top of one of those beams. But, I couldn't... Oh, what's this? Ice fishing sign? I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to mean. Is that supposed to tell people not to ice fish or to ice fish? Also, that's... Yeah, that's... Okay. Okay, I got it back on. It's fine. Just for clarification, ice fishing is only a thing I've heard of. It's something you never see happen in my country. Mostly because we never get snow here. At all. I mean, we do, but, like, barely any. We definitely don't get enough. It definitely doesn't become cold enough ever for things to just, for entire, like, lakes to freeze over. And we are going to fall through here at some point. You're not gonna believe what happened. I decided to take a shortcut across this lake. Oh, really? You're just like every other idiot that somehow managed to crash their car in this game. Because I was so sure the ice could take the weight of my car. Well, you know, if I'm being honest, man, it probably should, considering the fact that it's taking the weight of this thing. So, yeah. But it started cracking, now I'm stuck. Really need to get out. Really need to get out before my ride goes under. Help me out, eh? Where does it have to go? That's the biggest question. Where? Let's go all the way. Oh wow, that's far. I might tow it to the bank, maybe. I don't see why not. May as well tow it to the bank. Come on, Scout. Yeah, you know, this ice actually hasn't been as bad as I thought it would. We did start to go through there, but I literally just was like, okay, so we'll go over this way, and then we were fine. And nope, I do not want to drive up on the mound of snow like that. Jeez, I'm gonna flip myself. Okay, I may bring it up to the crossroad section that's just up here, just because. Also, this is narrow as hell. Are we even gonna be... Oh, we might not... No, we'll get through here. Barely. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Come on. Squeeze through. There you go. Perfectly normal sized truck coming through here. Come on. Automatic. No. Low gear. Minus. Low. Okay. Switching gears isn't going to help. It's just not going to work. Go, go, go. It's not like this thing goes fast to begin with, but still. Yeah. Oh, that thing is... Yeah, that thing's having fun back there, isn't it? Oh, wow. And I'm missing my turn at the moment. Okay, and we'll leave him there. Cool. So now we're actually back onto the section of road that we were on before in actually the episodes where I unlocked the Slater. So yeah, this was the piece of road I came through on. I was in the Colab the last time. Which one is it? The long nose one. the one that isn't a cab over. I forget the name of it, just because its name isn't actually a name, it's a number. Yeah. That's that rock slide up there. But yeah, we came through here with construction rig trailer, I think it was. Or it was coil tubing trailer. It was one of those two things. It might have been a coil trailer. Maybe, I don't remember. They're both basically the exact same thing, even though they look completely different, but they're on the exact same trailer, so my mind just registers them as basically the exact same thing, even though I'm pretty sure they do weigh different amounts. But oh, okay, so a tree just kind of erected itself and then cut itself down. Yeah, that's completely normal. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Actually, you know what? Something I actually really want to talk about. Roadcraft. Something actually interesting. They released a trailer there a few days ago. I think it might have been on the day of my last upload, possibly. Maybe, I don't know. It's a trailer called, I think, Sandbox Memories or something like that, where they have you know, kids like playing with like scale model toys of like all the vehicles in Roadcraft, and then them just like, you know, showing Roadcraft the game. It was a completely animated trailer. But still, that is probably one of the best trailers out for pretty much anything that I've seen in a long time. Also, we need to refuel. How much? I only have 140. Okay. Well, this thing does go through a hell of a lot of fuel. I should have expected this. Well, I did expect this, but I thought, you know, I still thought I'd make it, but never mind. But yeah, on the subject of that trailer, that is probably one of the best trailers, one of the best marketed, best pretty much anything in the term of trailers that I've seen in a long time. Whoever came up with that trailer was absolutely genius. You should probably get a promotion of some kind. You should be the lead marketing guy or something. I don't know. But it was just a really good trailer. It was a real nice trailer. Oh, right, I forgot about this. This place is this is spiky ice. It's kind of ice that you know, it just blows a hole straight in your tire, for the most part, and in your suspension, and in pretty much any other part of the truck that can break, if it's allowed to. I'm gonna have to turn over here a bit. Come on. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd get through this in some of the other trucks. With the giant trucks, or the large trucks, the real heavy-duty ones, or the heavy trucks. Yeah, it's okay. You can get through. With some of the smaller trucks, medium-duty, off-road, heavy-duty, I don't know if you're getting through here. I'm actually getting stuck now. What am I getting stuck on, actually? I'm getting on... Oh, I'm getting stuck on that chunk of ice there. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot more loose, just like completely loose chunks of ice in this, in this region, like... Just chunks of ice that are completely loose from the I guess like the general makeup of the ice. I don't know what way to put it. Oh, that's yeah. Also, I'll say it. I've said it multiple times, and I'll say it again. They've made it a lot harder to tell where the ice will crack and where it won't crack. Yeah, they genuinely have. I am getting a small bit confused with the way the ice looks or whatever. You could always just look at it and tell whether or not it would break, but I'm actually getting really confused and scared in this region when it comes to, is that gonna break or is that not gonna break? But whatever, it doesn't matter. We're here, we're at the plant. Now all I have to do is unload and load everything a couple of times, and then, you know, we'll have the mission done. Also, I forgot to turn the mission back on after I tracked that other mission. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. And are we going to make that turn? Yeah, we're just about going to make that turn. Okay, very nice. Yes, we have been here before, obviously, like I said, with the co-load. That's where that zone, where that loading zone is going to pop in. I'm actually really curious to see what this place actually has, because I'm not sure if it's stuff that can also be gotten on the other map. It may be, possibly. I don't know. We'll have to see here. Just give me a sec. Bop, 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 and bop, and bop. Oh. Oh, I should have done this during daytime. It's actually going to do a whole load of building. Oh, no. That's a cool cutscene, though. That is definitely a cool cutscene. Look at that. Okay, very nice. It also showed a bunch of tasks, I think. I think there was a couple of tasks there that popped up that said we got new tasks or something on such and such maps. I didn't get to read them, though. Plan 2.4. Hey, great job out there. The metalworks is good to go, which means that we can have us a nice kink sept tonight. I have no idea what that is. Thanks for helping out. Warehouse is available. 1,650 XP and 15,850 bucks. Okay, so if I had done that normally, like, you know, normally, that probably would have felt like a $15,000 job in this game. But because I did it the cheap and cheeky way, it didn't really feel like that. That actually didn't take me much time at all, really. Just shy of about 45 minutes. Or a little over 45 minutes, I mean. Just a delivery. What? Okay, we did get a new job. Oh, we also got Northern Rock Slide. That wasn't there before. At least I don't think it was. Maybe it wasn't. Beams 2 and rolls 4 to the port, of course. Of course, it's to the port. Oh, we also have pontoon crossing. Huh? Wait, is there like a temporary bridge? We can build like a Oh. There's like a temporary bridge crossing to be built there. So we don't have to build the big bridge. That's really cool. I want to try and build that. What does that require? I'll check in the jobs menu. I might just have barely enough fuel to get over there. What does this place actually have? First off, rolls, beams, just rolls and beams. Okay, I need to go check the jobs as well, though. All right, guys, just very quickly here, we're gonna drive down to that pontoon crossing sort of place that I just saw on the map, because I was trying to look through the through the menu, you know, this thing or whatever, and I can't find the job. I'm not sure if I'm blind or if for some reason that job comes under contracts, which it doesn't make sense if it does because it's not in the contracts menu. But it's not coming up in the thing. It just isn't. I have no idea why, but it just isn't showing. Maybe it wasn't supposed to unlock yet or something like that. That doesn't make any sense though. But yeah, I'm just gonna drive down to this here quickly. Come on, Kenworth. Might take me a hot second. I'm really hoping I just don't run out of fuel before I get there. However, what we're doing here, just get out of the thing here. Get out of the, there you go. We're actually going and driving beneath the, one of the, whatchamacallit, construction sites, the bridge construction sites here. And there's actually a scout fuel carrier down there, so I'm going to rob the fuel out of that. Just because, you know, completely natural too. Even though I might not rob much of it, because, yeah, we don't want to take much, because there's probably not much we can do with this thing out here at this current time. If I'm being particularly honest, it probably isn't. Actually, how far away is it? I'll see if I can take a tiny bit. Got new trailer. Fuel up 127. Wow, it doesn't let you do small amounts, does it? Okay, we'll do 127 liters then. And then we'll try and drive across here without breaking any parts of the truck, maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, we're alright. Okay, good. Yeah, I really want to see what this is about. Like, we can build a kind of a temporary bridge, which I'm assuming is going to be easier to build than the first bridge. Which, speaking of which, we still don't actually have the job for that specific bridge that is there. We don't have the job for it. We have to build the other one, which is over by the garage first. Which makes sense, I feel like, and that's actually the bridge I want to get open first. Because we really, one thing I'm starting to see quite a bit is that we are going to need a, oh jeez, that's not very good. Wait a second. Yeah, because one common fact that I'm really starting to see across most of the jobs is we are going to need pretty direct access to the sawmill. There's quite a few jobs that seem to require wood. And honestly, that's actually going to make our lives harder because the sawmill is not a storage zone, it's a crafting zone, which means we actually have to deliver logs to it in order to get any planks from it. The developers definitely knew what they were doing with that. Because there's a lot of jobs that seem to require planks of some description. So yeah, something tells me I'm gonna have at least one episode of this series where I just like bring an absolutely insane amount of logs over to the to the sawmill, just purely to make sure that we have enough to do pretty much anything that we need to do. Because that's the only proper way of doing it, right? just fill it up to a point where it's got so much that you don't actually need everything. Okay, show task. Oh wait, no, the job's called the other side. Okay, so it wasn't named right. Okay, that explains it. What does it need? Metal rolls and medium planks. There we go again with the planks. Oh no, we're gonna need to haul a whole load of logs. That's not gonna be fun. Alright guys, so I went looking at the contracts there for a minute to I was thinking of possibly starting one of the one of the bridge jobs, that one there. But I've decided against that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something that I said I was gonna do in episode 5, I think, or at like the end of episode 5 or something like that. And that is deliver this trailer here to the top of this mountain. The mission itself isn't actually of primary concern to me. The only reason why we're doing the mission is because getting up this mountain is a little bit of a long trek, and there's an upgrade up here. That's the only thing I really care about. But at the same time, I wanted to, do something while I was at it. So yeah. And I was going to do it sooner, but in episode 5, I think it was, or whenever it was, that I discovered this mission or whatever. I was here. I found the trailer and I was here with the EarthRoamer, and I had the wrong hitch on the on this thing, so I couldn't really do it. I mean, I could technically do it, but the problem with these off-road scout trailers is they have those really big outriggers on them, and they're absolutely impossible to drive with if you have those outriggers down. And I do mean that. They're absolutely impossible to drive with. Now, you can just load it up onto the back of a truck. That would be a very simple solution. But the problem with that, with doing that, is quite simply, I don't know if we can get up here with a truck. The road, at least on the map, seems to be quite narrow. Also, we're already taking a detour just because there's a giant rock slide on this road. Also, I thought this rock slide here might have been a thing that we might possibly have been that we might possibly be able to clear in the future or something like that, after we unlocked a couple of the sites. But I actually think that one's a permanent fixture. That one can't be removed, which is actually extremely annoying because it's blocking the main road into the port. So yeah, we have to use all the more questionable ways around that then, which is definitely annoying. But hey, there's always some place like that in one of these regions. This is a little bit sketchy, but yeah, nothing this thing can't handle, I think. Oh, the trailer is perfectly wedged in there. Look at that. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Okay, back it up. Problem I have here is it's really slippy. Oh. And the chain tire, even though we have chain tires, they don't seem to be doing the best job of gripping on this surface at the moment. Yeah, this is pretty sketchy at the minute. That thing, it's trying to fall off the edge of the cliff. Oh no, that's fine. It's completely fine. But yeah, so we're just gonna deliver this trailer, get this upgrade. I'm not sure if we're gonna do anything after that, because this may take me a minute. It very well may take me a good few minutes. There's a possibility that I will go back to Lake Ribiere and deliver that Loadstar that I was talking about. Delivering, just because it's that's an extremely easy mission. It's not far at all to deliver. Oh, damn it! Didn't mean to drive into the guardrail. It's really not far at all to deliver that thing. Whoa. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm holding on to it, sort of. We have to go down this way, I believe. I should really actually draw out the route. Wait a second. Okay, I've drawn out the route. So, it is definitely a bit of a trek to get up here. It's a very windy set of roads to get up on top of this mountain, but I suppose we'll have a job crossed off the list, so it doesn't matter if it's a small one, it's still a job crossed off the list. Trying to get all the regions to 100%, sure. Isn't that the thing? You know, it actually just occurred to me, like, like the other day, that this is the first time I've done, I think, a proper playthrough of a region with snow in it in this game. Well, actually, that's not true because there was Scandinavia, but a lot of people I don't think consider Scandinavia to be um, a proper snow region for whatever reason. Even though I suppose that's kind of fair in a way because it was kind of half and half. There was quite a bit of snow, but none of the roads were really icy or anything like that. Also, I need to turn up this way. Yeah, like in Scandinavia, 90% of the time it wasn't even necessary to use chain tires unless you went up near where the ski resort was. So I think that's the reason why I think that's the reason why I think I've heard quite a few people say that it's not a proper complete snow ice region or whatever, which is fair in a way, I suppose. It was kind of a hybrid, I suppose. Oh, come on. However, I did actually, technically speaking, I did play on Alaska when back in like my original hard mode series. I was playing on Alaska, but I never played the full way through Alaska, so I'm not sure if that counts. So technically speaking, this is the first time I'm going to have fully played through a proper snow and ice region in this game. Now that is assuming that I do actually get the region finished before the next season comes out or whatever. So I might be being a bit optimistic, I don't know. I got season 14 finished extremely quickly. I had like, I don't know how many weeks I had between season 14 and 15. I had a good few weeks between season 14 and 15. I had a good few weeks of just not really knowing exactly what to be doing with myself. Come on, get up there. There you go. Oh, hey, look, a trailer. I think that's for a contract. That service trailer gets me. I gets me. I don't know why it's such a small trailer. It's cool, but it's a small trailer. And I mean, when you compare it to this thing, it looks absolutely tiny. When you compare it to the other more standard Scouts, it looks fine. But if you hooked it up to this thing, it just looks stupid. Yeah. Okay, this trail is definitely getting rougher though. Look, okay, this mountain has been falling apart or whatever. Yeah, it is a mountain, I suppose. I don't know if it's one of the most extreme mountains we've seen in this game, but it's a pretty good one. I'll give it that. And here we have iced over river or whatever coming from top. We have iced over waterfalls or something. That might be what's going on here. We got kind of a dual bridge layout going on up here. There's also 2 more bridges that are supposed to be on this trail that aren't built at the moment, but that's okay. We're going to bypass them because there does seem to be a bypass route that's not terribly well highlighted, but that I don't like that. Wait a second. Reverse please. Get the rear axles onto the bridge. I think I've just made it worse if I'm being honest, but get them on the bridge. Oh, great. No, okay, it's fine. Yeah, push him off the edge there. That's fine. Okay, straighten out the truck itself. Okay, there we go. Now we got all the axles on the bridge. Nice. Okay. That thing's not really on the bridge properly, but it'll be fine. You know, this This ice is actually some of the most sturdy. I'd say it's nearly quicker to just drive through the ice. That's probably some of the sturdiest looking ice I've seen in this map in a while. Okay, so this is where we're going to kind of turn off. This is kind of the main trail going straight in this direction. But this is like, I don't know, a secondary trail or a unused trail, I guess. I can see why, it's incredibly snowed over. But this is the only way we can go up. The other way is blocked because of 2 broken bridges. Come on. I'm hoping it's not this snowy the entire way up this trail. Better not be, because it's not gonna work. Low and slow, I guess, or maybe. Yeah, this might not work actually. Come on. This is incredibly snowy. It's terrible. I should have just brought the top trim or something like that. Why did I bother bringing this? Some deep snow. You know, you think chain tires would perform well in this sort of thing? It's kind of what before snowy environments, right? But you know, I was looking at the files or whatever, and there's a spreadsheet stuff on a Discord server or whatever that just, you know, shows all the ratings of everything. And chain tires are like one of the worst things for snow. They work great for icy surfaces and for kind of solid dirt surfaces, if you know what I mean, kind of off-road surfaces, not mud and snow. They work great for off-road surfaces and ice. That's what they work great for. But they're actually they have a bad stat rating for this sort of thing. They have a very bad stat rating actually. I don't know why. It's possibly because they need like a harder tire. I'm imagining chains. They need a more sturdy tire, and you know, mud tires and that kind of thing, they're usually a softer tire. There's a possibility that's why. Oh, this is the worst. This is gonna be a night. I'm gonna fast forward this because this is going to take forever. Alright guys, we are here. That took way too long, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it took way too long. There we go. Thanks a ton. We couldn't have done it without you, but now we finally have everything we need for the upcoming expedition. You're a godsend, alright, and here's your pay. 530 XP and 5,750 bucks. Not bad at all. There's also a scout trailer there. I don't think I'm not gonna take anything from it though. I'm not gonna bother. That was terrible, honestly. I now see why this road here, this was the bit that we were coming up, and I can now see why it's not highlighted. There's so much snow there. Really, there really was. I did start making a bit more progress when I wasn't talking, but and I was more focused. But still, there was so much stuff. There's so much snow. It just, jeez, it just kept getting stuck like. But there is what we have actually come for. None of that stuff matters. All that matters is that we get our hands on that upgrade. So, this is probably a dumb idea, but you know. Come on. Ah. Hey. Oh. Car. Hey. That was completely stupid. If that went wrong, then I would have had to drive all the way back up here, and I probably would have cried. The TB-12V816 for the Slater ST816 Elephant. Very nice. This engine prototype, developed specifically for heavy trucks, demonstrates outstanding power compared to the other engines of its class, but it's not as reliable and doesn't solve the issue of high fuel consumption. Well, I don't think any engines in this game really tend to strive for that sort of goal. But okay, so yeah. With that being said, I was going to finish this, but we want to try and get as much stuff as we can into an episode, right? And I think I can squeeze in one more thing, and that is, remember the Loadstar I was talking about? Let's go drop it off here quickly. It'll literally take us like 5 minutes. It's really not far. Yeah, okay, so this is literally all we have to do. We're just going to drive up along the main road here and into this trailer park. It's literally a 5-minute job. Well, it is a 5-minute job once it's out of the lake that's over there. That's just over here. That's where we got it out of. But I got this thing out of there in like 5 minutes as well. So 10-minute job really. I hope he doesn't mind if I bring it back slightly used, slightly damaged. I don't know. It's probably fine. Okay. Something I didn't even think of asking. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're all doing well. I don't think I asked that yet. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having fun and whatnot. You know, something I would actually kind of like to talk about, even though I'm not sure if it's really appropriate for my channel. GTA 6. Just GTA 6. I'm gonna become like every other channel on the internet that's just like, yeah, let's talk about GTA 6 for no reason. Or GTA 6. I don't know. You know, GTA, not a game I ever played, but I haven't actually ever played GTA, but I am excited for GTA 6 because it would be the first one that I play. But it did get delayed again. Apparently, it's not coming until next year now or something. So yeah, it's not something I'm ultra hyped for. It's not something that I'm like, you know, I'm not going crazy over the delay or whatever. But the only reason why I wanted to talk about it was because they released the trailer, a second trailer for it, and that trailer was really good. It really sort of, the fact that everything that was shown in that was like in-game footage as well was it's pretty amazing, honestly. Rockstar Games, they really know how to make a game. So honestly, you know, when it's one of those big companies, it is a big company, and some people will probably say, oh, it's going to be a really expensive game when it comes out. If it is, I guess. But I feel like Rockstar is at this point is trusted enough to where I would just say, hey, let them do what they're gonna do. Let them make a good game. All right, let them do what they need to do. Come on, get through. Oh, do I? Oh, I can turn the engine on that thing. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, but I was thinking about the fact that I mentioned the Roadcraft trailer, and then I was like, hey, I could mention that as well, even though completely unrelated to my channel, really. But you know, still, why not? When that game comes out, it'll be like GTA 5. It'll probably be the game of the decade or whatever. Oh, we're too far away now. Are you kidding me? Get the truck. The truck. There you go. Go. Yeah, but even in relation to the Roadcraft trailer, I know I didn't really talk about it too much. I just said it was a very good trailer, that one that they put out there. But they've been putting out quite a few trailers for that for Roadcraft in the recent few weeks, and well, I'm not complaining because I feel like they're just trying to get that hype back. They're trying to get the hype back, and being honest, it's working. I've been like stalking my the page on Steam, looking at my pre-order, just hoping that it will just spontaneously unlock for no apparent reason, just because I don't know. It's a game I am actually extremely excited for Roadcraft, because whilst it's not SNOWRUNNER 2, we know that, but it is a lot closer to a SNOWRUNNER 2 than Expeditions could have ever been, at least in my opinion. I mean, Expeditions is great and everything, but it's a scouting game, not really a delivery game. It has nothing really to do with transport. It doesn't really have much to do with transportation of cargo or logistics. It's, you know, it's just not the same feeling. Yes, you still do get to drive off-road trucks, and you do get to drive some heavy bits of machinery, not too many really, but yeah, it's just not the same thing. That's my best way of putting it. And here we go. There we go. Thanks a ton. Now I just need to get my truck fixed. Good thing the local mechanic agreed to help with that. Here's your reward as promised. I couldn't have made it without you. 500 XP and 4,050 bucks. Not bad at all. But that's gonna have to do it here for today's episode, guys, because there's nothing else I can really do in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, we got a decent amount done. Technically, we got the plant open, which was pretty big, and we did get 2 tasks done. So not too bad, really. We're 23% done. So yeah, it's going up all the time. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye.